you go. Talk to it.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Classic. Classic.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Yeah. It's the best daytime live show on all streaming platforms. It's the Classic Codes. You know I gotta come to the ring, man.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance. Standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. It's from the dirt, it's from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with real life. I seen a couple people try and it ain't in prison. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It can end quickly. In the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make-a-wishing me. I got these hoes in the fence. They can't seem to get to me. Babe, I done mastered discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused. Want the fruits of your labor.
Let's get focused. Yo, it's Classic with the Classic Codes, and I got another great live show for y'all. Shout out to my dog Souls of Thought in the chat early. 333 Classic. Yes, catch us at 8 p.m. Central Time tonight doing a review of the Queen Code panel from the other night. The Queen Codes panel from the other night. We'll be reviewing that tonight on live on Souls of Thoughts live stream and on the Classic Codes live stream. Doing a review on that tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time. Yes, Lord. So look out for that. But today we got a pretty clean slate. We got a reaction video. We actually have 2 reaction videos. We have a question of the day. We have a story time, and we have a code language conversation. So in other words, we got things to do. So we're not going to waste no time. The first reaction video we're going to get into is actually going to be from Anton Daniels and the After Hours crew. You know, been a couple of days since we tapped in and done some reaction work to them. So we're going to go to this video. I actually haven't seen this. I've been streaming live so much myself that I've been having to rewatch, and I haven't seen Anton and the guys, the After Hour crew live in about a week, it feels like. But yeah, so we're going to get off into this and see exactly what they talking about, man, because I haven't watched it. So it's going to be purely authentic. Sometimes when we do Anton's panel, I've seen a little bit, but no, I haven't seen any of this. So let's go. 333.
Into a woman that said that she left a good man in order to chase a certain type of lifestyle. Check it out.
I left the man that I loved for the man that I deserve. I was in a relationship for 10 years and decided to leave that relationship because he was no longer the man of my dreams. He was a good boyfriend and he never cheated on me, and we were good to each other. But when it came to alignment and what I deserved and what I wanted and saw for myself and my future kids, I wanted to give my kids the best possible father I could, as well as like the best possible life I could give them. And love is not enough for that. So I left. It took me years of contemplation, but now I am in pursuit of finding the man of my dreams again, and somebody who will give my children and me the best possible life. Because at the end of the day, it's not about what you want. It's about what you deserve and what you plan on giving yourself. Because you're young, you're hot, you might as well live your best possible life, especially the one life that you have, the one body that you have, the one like time period that you have. Like, don't waste it away on settling.
Okay. I'm going to let that settle in y'all's spirits. Did y'all listen to that? Did y'all hear the explanation, chat? We can't make it up, chat. Classic. Can't make it up, chat. Let's see what the crew talking about. I don't even want to get off into it because we'll never get through the video. Let's go.
So, in summary, she said that she was with a guy for 10 years. He didn't cheat. He was a good guy. But that she left him in order to be able to chase the lifestyle that she feel like she deserves with a potential man, which she indicated basically that she is not with another guy, but that she wants to be with a man that can provide her the lifestyle that she deserves.
Before they give their takes, I found a good break spot. Souls of Thought said, how often dreams come through? Question mark. That's an amazing question, because she did say she wanted to go ahead and leave that stable, sturdy, solid situation that she had and the father of her children, and, you know, completely break up and dismember that family to go after the man of her dream.
Classic.
That's what she said. It's what she said. He said, how often do dreams come true? Well, I think that's a good question for the panel of ladies. How often do women find the man of their dreams, and have they ever bumped into him, and what happened when they ran into him? We're going to table that question for the queens, for the queen codes, and we're going to bring that back on the next panel. April said, some women confuse me. I think, April, the more that you get into the content creation space and you get to listen to women for yourself outside of yourself, you're going to find yourself on the dark side.
Classic.
I ain't even trying to get started, man. Let's go.
Leaving it open to the panel. How do y'all feel about that?
That's
why these hoes is
because I'm just like, if you stayed with this man for 10 years, he must not have been that bad. And for him not to be who you want him to be in all that time, either A, you spent that time with somebody who was never going to be that person, so that's on you, or you're not the woman you need to be able to bring him up to where you want him to be. I just don't understand. Like 10 years is a long time.
You know, when you spend 10 years with a guy, that means he's safe. You could say you don't feel safe. You could say it don't seem. If you spend a decade with somebody, he's safe. Y'all been together 10 years. Y'all got kids. Y'all, I don't know if they married or not. The caption say husband, but I think it was just a relationship. Regardless, that's common law. That's common law, damn it. 10 years, he's safe. You can say you don't feel safe or whatever, or he ain't made enough money for you to wear whatever you trying to, or whatever the fuck you talk. That's safety. A decade, the kid's still good, you still good, everything good. Said content, content, complacent. Yeah, that's what safety is. That's what safety is. Yeah. And that's why we do our code languages. Thank you, April, for bringing that to the table. The chat 333 live and in full effect today.
Classic.
Content, complacent. Safety consists of those things. You know, when you get caught outside during a major storm, or even let's make it dramatic. Let's say you get caught outside and it's a tornado going on, and you just close enough in proximity to be getting the crazy winds, you seeing debris, you trying to get to the crib, you 2 miles away, you got the babies with you. You finally pull up to the crib, you don't have an attached garage, so you got to figure out how to situate the situation to run through these high winds to get inside the house. Once you and them kids get inside the house, and let's say the man with you too, once y'all get inside the house to safety, what y'all do? You get content, you get complacent, you get comfortable. But we weaponize these words like something wrong with it. A long-term relationship requires contentment. But we keep talking like it's a bad thing. He was too complacent at his job, you know. Yeah, we manage our money well. They'll say everything right, find one thing wrong, and that's the reason why they walked out. I'm gonna let the video play. Oh, Souls of Thought said, isn't that marriage? Yeah, 10 years, that's marriage. Y'all married. 10 years, y'all married. For sure. Let's go.
Randomly be like,
to be a girlfriend is a long time.
Hey, Anton, can you show her again?
Stop.
I left the man that I loved for the man that I deserve. I was in a relationship for 10 years and decided to leave that relationship because he was no longer the man of my dreams. He was a good boyfriend and he never cheated on me, and we were good to each other. But when it came to alignment and what I deserved and what I wanted and saw for myself and my future kids.
No. Can't do it, chat. I came on here, tried to be cool I tried to come on here and be cool today. She's inflammatory, chat. I can't do it. I can't do it, chat. If we left every time y'all was no longer the woman of our dreams, let's talk about it. Postpartum hit, and you treat us like a punching bag. We
Classic.
When that baby weight don't shake and it actually add on a little bit, and the baby 3 now, we go
Classic.
When no. She said she left 10-year stable relationship with the father of her children because he was no longer the man of her dreams. If we left every time y'all stopped being the woman of our dreams,
Classic.
Now trying to be cool. I'm trying to be cool. But come on now.
I wanted to give my kids the best possible father I could, as well as like the best possible life I could give them. And
yeah. Souls of Thought pointed it out. She said she loved him. See, love is not enough. What is enough? You've been asking questions, souls. Let me ask y'all a question, chat. What's enough? 10 years, stability, family. All of a sudden, you no longer the man of her dreams. Boom, she gone. And I still love you, and ain't nothing wrong with you, and but I just got to get up out of here. So what's enough? What does enough look like? Don't get on here. I don't want no women to jump in the chat and say nothing realistic. Let's stay all the way unrealistic. Because dude did everything what y'all would say the right way. Locked it in with her. She said he didn't cheat. Said he just no longer was the man of her dreams. 10 years. The father of the babies. I'm gonna break up the house. Yeah. All this structure, tear all this up. Tear all this up. We witnessing
natural born crash dummy.
And then overestimating yourself because you going outside to get a man that make how much and do what? You talking about you're young, you're hot. Hey, listen, hot is in the eye of the beholder. You could think you hot all day. When you get outside, you have to be chosen. And the choosers would vote you a mid pack. No disrespect. Play in your ain't everybody. If you want to win, it's here it is. You want to get results, or you want to feel right. You want results, or you want to feel like you right and shit. Oh yeah, I'm gonna lead this 10-year stable ass relationship and the father of my children because he no longer the man of my dreams. And now she talking about she currently actively seeking out a better man than the man that already devoted his life to her. Yeah. And these are people, real people that just hop online, tell their real stories, and then I come on here to do a reaction video. Just like I told y'all at the beginning, I haven't watched this either. We witnessing this together. And this is what we get. I could very well hit play on one of these videos and the female be like, let me tell you how me and my husband of 39 years have sustained. They don't pop up. It don't pop up. Don't tell me it's not in my algorithm. I've been looking for certain types of channels for a long time. And since I can't find them, we got to fill the void. Make sure y'all tap in and go check out the live stream from 2 days ago. The Queen Codes panel. Yeah, make sure y'all go check that out. We're going to fill the void because it's getting crazy, man. It's getting crazy. I'm trying to be cool. Oh, we got comments. April said content is more so being satisfied and secure. Content is more so being satisfied and secure. Complacency is being too comfortable and neglecting the relationship needs. Complacency should never be a part of a marriage. I don't want to beef with you, but we gonna go ahead and look it up and put that to the test right now. We're gonna look up the definition of complacency. I see your comment, Key. I'm coming to all the comments. Here we go. Complacency, a feeling of smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself or one's achievements. So by definition, you know, hey, listen, y'all know we gonna figure it out together, right?
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
So let's break this down. April saying content is more so being satisfied and secure. I'm with that. Complacency is being too comfortable and neglecting the relationship needs. Complacency should never be a part of a marriage. By definition, what up, Cortez in the chat? Chat 333 in full effect. Y'all in numbers today, huh? Let's do it. Let's do it. We're in numbers today. Let me get them right.
Classic.
Complacency is a feeling, by definition now, a feeling of smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself. So complacency is actually an internal thing, but how it works in relationships, oftentimes, not all the time, is that the one partner A, man or woman, will look at partner B and call them complacent, when complacency is actually an internal thing. It's how you feel within. So if Buddy work a job, if dude got 3 hustles that give him 75K and he's stress-free and he manages his 75K well, it's not on his woman to be, and he manages emphasis on he manages 75K well, because y'all be looking for dudes that make $250,000 a year and they spend $300,000 a year. We ain't gonna talk about that. So if he manages 75 well and he's stress-free, y'all to look at him and tell him he needs to go seek a promotion or seek this, or why aren't you trying to climb or why aren't you? He good. That's not your job. Complacency is internal. He don't feel complacent. That man feels content. I think we getting there. What you think, April? After looking into the definition.
Classic.
Talk to me. He said enough is choosing each other every day, including everything that includes communication, understanding, etc. And knowing you are working towards the same goals and purpose, even if it's baby steps. We can't disagree.
Classic.
We can't disagree. That's enough. That's enough. But has enough turned into a fairy tale? Talk to me, chat. Or is it a real thing? I think it's still real, but you definitely gotta chisel through some shit to find some diamonds. You hear me? Let's go.
Classic.
That's a fact. Cortez, what up, dog? April said, I see it. Yeah. I'm trying to, that's tough. So whole time we've been using complacency wrong. We might have to switch the code language up for the day and dive into that further, because that's kind of crazy. I think I'm guilty too. I just looked into complacency for the first time too, right here. That's why it's important, man. Words matter. He said complacency is the enemy. I can agree, because it's a feeling. Let's start off there, right? Complacency is an emotion. It's a feeling of smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself or one's achievements. So it's like you looking at yourself and you downplaying yourself. I feel that. It's being your own worst enemy. Contentment is a goal. Yeah. But I can say complacency, when you say complacency should never make it into a relationship, April, I still fundamentally agree with that. You did say a word.
Classic.
I definitely feel like you shouldn't be in a relationship with a low picture of yourself and your own performance and all of that. But I told you, oftentimes in these relationships these days, when we listen to people's stories, because that's what we do when we do these reactions, we reacting to somebody else's story. You know what I mean? And it's like we listen to these people's stories, and a lot of people choose entitlement over empowerment.
Classic.
A lot of people choose entitlement over. I don't think women understand that telling that man that he charming and handsome, kissing him on his forehead and straightening up his shirt, ironing the shirt for him, like all that little bitty shit that they do for a dude before he walk out the door to go try to get that money to support his family, all of that little stuff that they do, that's what's gonna keep y'all together for 100 years.
Classic.
That man leaving, and then you're not finna have to worry about whether or not he gonna eventually stabilize y'all household or get enough money, and keep empowering him. He leaving out the house. You have no idea what you're doing to him. Y'all ever put y'all phone ever been on 5% and somebody around you had the rapid charger? I'm talking about the super fast charger. Y'all ever been around somebody who had a rapid charger and you was on 2%, and you in the car for 10 minutes, you get out the car, your battery on 75 in 10 minutes? You turning them into a superhero. Shorty, instead of critiquing him, instead of telling him what he not doing, what he ain't did, what he forgot to do, instead of critiquing him, if you build him up and affirm him, he leaving out the house charged up every day. He finna some shit you ain't even see him getting done. He gonna make it happen. Like, fellas, get in the comments if I'm
classic.
Correct me if I'm wrong. If it's a gentleman in here who a woman's words of affirmation don't make him feel like he could run through a brick damn wall, Correct me.
Classic.
Correct me right now. Right now. April said, all that matters, speak life into the man. Yeah. He gonna figure it out. He gonna figure it out.
Classic.
Keep rooting for him. Key said 100. The women talking, the men that went silent. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go.
I hate women and how they're so like in the moment. Well, like when it comes to a relationship and like what you get at the beginning, like what's gonna sustain. I feel like love doesn't even come until 10 years later. Like it's kind of like infatuation. I like you a lot, but you don't really know if you love somebody until you go through some shit and you don't fucking leave. And you put up the shit and you endure with the shit and you don't leave. I don't. But this like do for me now. Who cares about 10? She's a fucking idiot. She's a dummy.
What the kids his?
Like just because a man can come provide for you, like also a man can take you out of your current situation and then fuck you over and just leave. And now where does that leave you as a woman?
What the kids his though? That's what the question is. If the kids weren't his and he stayed with you for 10 years and you let him go,
oh man,
you fucked up.
If dude was in it for 10 years and them wasn't his kids and she left to go back to the open market, crazy
Classic.
Work. Everything that these streets provide that woman, if those weren't his kids and he fathered them for 10 years and she left because he was no longer a dream, you understand me? Everything that the streets got to offer, she deserves.
Ha ha. Ha ha.
Everything. There was no kids involved. No. I thought she did say he was a good father. No. We got to go back, souls. I thought she said he was a good father. Hold on. Let me get the marker. 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Hold on. Let's go back. Let's check it out. We're going to crack the code.
Decided to leave that relationship because he was no longer the man of my dreams. He was a good boyfriend and he never cheated on me, and we were good to each other. But when it came to alignment and what I deserved and what I wanted and saw for myself and my future kids, I wanted to give my kids the best possible father I could, as well as like the best possible life I could give them. And love is not enough for that.
Got you. She said her future kids. So she trying to figure out, she trying to say he wasn't fit to be a father. So she ran out to the open market while that womb was still wombing. While the womb's still wombing. She wanted to give herself the best chance to catch a baller. Okay. We're gonna have to walk a couple things back. But leaving somebody after 10 years that was super solid. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like women always say, and I listen when women talk, women always say that they're multipliers, right? You give a woman a seed and she'll grow you a garden. You give her this, she do that, right? I don't disagree, right? But this woman clearly is not a multiplier, right? Because if he spent 10 years with you and you are a multiplier, then he should be leveled up to a point where what you talking about ain't a concern. With a decade of time, that's enough time. You could have started behind the 8 ball with a 10-year runway, and you're a multiplier, and you got his back, and y'all should have already, whatever hole it was, y'all could have crawled out of that and built the hill. In 10 years, you can get that done for sure. I seen people do it with less, and we got technology. You team up, you can get some shit done. Yeah, for sure. April said, but that took 10 years. Yeah, it didn't take 10 years. That's one thing, April, I'm sure on the next Men's Minute, when we get our chance to talk uninterrupted or whatever the case may be, I think you're going to hear some men talk about some of that too, because, y'all, not all women, right? All the good ass women, please be much louder.
Classic.
But like the ones that got the microphones and that's doing all the talking, right? They notorious for wasting a man's time. You know what I'm saying? Like even Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, you know what I'm saying? She was on her last interview with the Truth After Dark with Paul Pierce, talk about having a dude that wants to commit to her and wants to be with her, and she been back and forth with him for 5 years, but she letting him work on some things, and you wasting the man's time. Set him free. Set him free. Free yourselves from each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't. That's crazy. She been new. You know what I'm saying? But she probably had to plot on her escape. You know how that shit be going too. Souls of Thought said, with everything being said, you guys gonna start listening to me. LOL. They are the problem. Point blank. Hey, listen, man. You've been on a warpath for literally about 4 days in a row, bro.
Natural born crash dummy. And he go crash out. He go crash out.
Said they are the problem. Point blank. Hey, listen. We will be live streaming. Me and Souls of Thought will be live streaming at 8 p.m. tonight. So there will be more to come because he been on one. She knew that year one. Stop fooling the masses. Yeah, and he probably was falling deeper and deeper in love. It's tough, but men can't be victims. We absolutely cannot. There's no
classic.
No, we can't be victims. No. Hell no. You soft if you claim that you were victimized. How dare you? Souls of Thought. Is there some good ones? Yes. With that said, they either taken or the man already in a situation he trying to get out of. Let's read that again. Is there some good ones? Yes. With that said, they're either taken or the man already in a situation he trying to get out of. He said women are conditional. They are there until they can move on their own. Wow. Damn, dog. What you owe, bro? What is he owe, G? I mean, he really like, I get it. Like, we try to get to the bottom of this.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
But my man is a full-blown
natural born crash dummy.
And I'm just like, bruh, I feel you, like, but you put me in a situation here. I'm gonna just keep reading comments, man. He said, look at Shaq with first wife. She saved up until she left. That's true. Shawnee did put a bag to the side. Allegedly she bought the side dude a house with Shaq money. See, that right there, I have me doing hard time. Allegedly, all for content creation purposes and the sake of entertainment. That right there. Don't save my bread up and buy another dude a house. Let it burn. What is you talking about?
Classic.
Yeah, you must don't know. I'm a fire sign. Yeah. No faux extras. We know how to handle the MA.
Classic.
Yeah, build him a house with my money. Okay. I y'all won't be living there. Allegedly all for content creation purposes.
Classic.
Yeah. Norris been on it. Better listen. Nah, I've been listening, but he getting more and more blunt. He said people have to understand marriage or relationships only last due to high tolerance. Love fades, looks fade, even finances. You have to be open to stick it out. That's a fact. He said tune in tonight. Yeah, y'all gotta tune in tonight. Ain't no other way. Let's mow through this video a little bit because we haven't heard nothing from the panel, man, and we almost at 30 minutes. Let's go. Let me get back to where we were.
That you don't even know if he exists.
Wait. No, this is the crazy part though. If he accepted you and your kids, and those kids aren't his.
No. I don't think. Let me add the context. I don't think she has kids. She's for her future kids, for the first person that she would want to have kids with.
That's so dangerous. Just letting a man take over and provide for you. Like, nigga, there's gonna be some sort of love or infatuation.
She got to find him first. You did it. He don't exist right now. She don't know if he's out there. Like,
not only does she have to find him, but then she gotta love him. He gotta love her. He has to be aligned, or whatever that is. Like, there's a lot. She left love.
Basically, and this why you don't let bitches get comfortable, bro. Because
no, you do. No, then you leave them where they are.
Because you listen, when you give a woman too much time, they find stupid shit to do with it. She basically was looking for another job on the job. This nigga had her so comfortable that she had time to observe the type of nigga what she thought that she deserved while doing nothing because the nigga was taking care of her. Bro, big women are stupid. They entitled. They are
Facts.
fucking undeserving. They
users.
ungrateful.
They'll take money from this nigga and let this nigga fuck shit like that. Yup.
Okay,
They show their head every fucking time, bro.
Gee, I thought Souls of Thought was crashing out. What the fuck?
Natural born crash dummy.
What's going on? I thought you was crashing, Souls. They really on that. Gee, hey man, listen. We gonna go ahead because I still want female subscribers to watch my show on the daytime, man. They going too damn hard. I hope let's give the ladies a chance to defend themselves. Let's see how the panel go. It's only a few minutes left, man.
I won't say all of that, but what I will say is watching these rom-coms and reading these books and seeing all this stuff on the internet has people with an overinflated sense of self. So I would like to know what it is she thinks she deserves.
Listen, had that dude had been cheating on her ass,
she's like a 5. So she may get a little something.
She
her eyebrows are really nice though.
You're cute enough to get something. Like, I'm not gonna lie, nigga. I saw this girl, her car was getting repoed, and she was talking to the repo man. I was like, you too cute to be getting your car repoed. Like, somebody to pay for this shit.
No, she ain't.
That's what I seen when I seen her.
Listen, bro.
She had a pretty face with fat ass and salty ways.
Say what y'all want
If
to
she getting her
about
car
cheating.
repoed, if she getting her car repoed, it's supposed to be repoed.
Hey, no,
her looks don't have nothing to do with it. Her looks don't have nothing to do with it.
Nigga, I was like, look, nigga, if you need me to pay this note real quick and let me smash, nigga, we can hang out for a couple.
Yep, and he part of the problem right there, fellas. Niggas like him, that's why they get to move how they do, because there's always a him.
Classic.
Yep. You know what? The females be cute. Shit, I'm in a jam. Let me look for a goofy real
Classic.
quick. That shit got it. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Let's go.
Listen, bro. Say what y'all want to about cheating.
I get you out the repo lot.
You did it. Yeah, say what y'all want to about cheating. But listen, when you cheat on a girl, she have to go find herself again. When you don't cheat on her, she out there finding niggas who she think that she deserves. So I need y'all to know the difference when your girl is not on her tippy toes and she on her feet. There's a necessary evil that has to happen in order to keep the balance. She think that she deserves more for doing nothing. All she got is some pre-fuck pussy and a pocket full of entitlements.
Okay, in the name of Miss Molly, like Molly ain't gonna say what I said for Molly, and y'all can get on me. Niggas is going. They don't matter what, nigga. They see them fucking mammary glands and them fucking high cheekbones and their waist, and niggas is going.
Oh yeah, he the reason why. Bro, listen, we done. We off this one. He the reason why OnlyFans exists.
Classic.
He the reason why it exists. He the reason why it exists. Right there. Y'all see it? It's always gonna be one of them around. But we off of this one, man. We gave more than enough context on this conversation, man. Dope video from Anton Dames and the After Hours crew. Much appreciated as always. And you know, y'all can always tap in and go subscribe to them. He dropped content 40 going north for sure. All right, moving into the question of the day. We're going to do this one a little bit different from how we normally do question of the days. It's going to be a question of the day, but kind of like a reaction video as well. The question of the day today, what are the top pros and cons of manhood? I found a great video to reference in regards to, and then kind of do a reaction through the answer to this question of the day. We're discussing how men are supposed to deal with pain. Supposed to, like it comes with the territory. And shout out to the brother 19 Keys. That's what we're going to be doing a reaction to, and kind of just going through the question of the day by way of a reaction video. So let's take it. Let's take it there. Let's go.
Peace, family. It's 19 Keys. Welcome to the brief. This is how men are supposed to deal with pain. When I was younger, I remember being chased by my brother. I was running after we was playing. He was somebody he's a harsh player. So when he catch up with you, you probably go punch you out. And I remember running for my dear life. And I tripped over a stick and I fell and I cut my hand on the glass. To this day, I have this really big dash on my hand. And I remember running, getting up and seeing all of the blood. And after that, I went home to my father and I showed him my hand, crying, sobbing. And he looked at me with an unconcerned look, stern as he always was. And he said, "Oh, boy, you'll be all right." And kind of just slapped my hand down. To me, it was the biggest emergency I ever had in my life. Like everything was over. I thought I needed to go to the emergency room. I thought that this was, something that he was going to react to. Like, "Oh, son, I really need to protect you. I really need to console you and comfort you in this moment." And none of that happened. And then I remember going to my mother and she wrapped it up for me. But I took something away.
Before he goes further into the story about what he took away, now tell me gender roles shouldn't exist. Tell me that there isn't a direct correlation with the lack of success people are having with having sustainable relationships and the fact that we think, or a lot of people have the ideology that gender roles are fluid. You hear the structure in his story? Let's really get into this. This topic, this question of the day is about what are the top pros and cons of manhood. You hear the structure in his story? I have the similar story. He had both his parents fortunate for him. I had both my parents fortunate for me. To God be the glory. For people who didn't, you know what I mean? They get a different type of growth out of that. Because it's never happening to us, it's always happening for us all. But I can empathize with his story, because when I got this scar on my forehead, right here, chat. When I got this scar on my forehead, it used to be much bigger, but obviously I was much smaller. Same thing. My brother wasn't chasing me, but my brother and I were playing catch in the house, and I was running to catch the ball. The ball like dropped in front of me, and as I went down to try to like follow the ball down or whatever, it went through my hands. I went to reach down for it, and I smacked my head on the corner of a record player. I was bleeding so much down my face that my mother thought that I had gashed my eye. She actually thought I was like blind. Went to the emergency room, got stitched up, had stitches, had a scar, covered my whole forehead at that time. I was smaller, right? And I remember my pops being like, "You got stitched up? Yeah, you all right." You know what I'm saying? You all right. You all right. You feel me? You good. And some people could look at that part of manhood. Some men could look at that part of manhood or boyhood, growing into being a man, and look at it like it's a con. But I really think it's a pro because of what's required of us when we get big. You feel me? But let's continue.
That day, I took something away that became one of my most valuable lessons in life. And specifically as a man, is that you will always be I. 100% of the times where I thought this was the worst thing that could happen to me, I survived 100% of those each and every time. And I realized that my own mind was making more of it than it was. When my father treated me that way, I learned this is the way a man is supposed to respond and react to danger, to hurt, to pain, to trauma.
Before he goes further, I want to chime in and just say that oftentimes men who are still men, the way that men are to be, and the men that built the world were men who are still men today, not these hybrided I'm tapped in with my feminine when necessary, willing to paint my fingernails here and there ass dudes, not them, right? Men who are still men. With us, one of the cons of manhood today would be being perceived as too rigid, too militant, too serious, too stern, too masculine even. That's a con. How do you be too much of that? What Do you understand that you have no idea what you may need to be ready for? As the man, though, let's have a real conversation. You looking at me sideways because I'm over protective of something that means something to me. And I'm looking at you sideways like, how do you take care of shit you love? How you a man, you don't know how to swim, but you a father and you don't know how to swim. So your shorty fall in some water, you got to look for another man? Should you have a proclivity for violence as a man? No. Should you know how to be violent if you have to be? Absolutely. You should be equipped. They'll look at you like, oh, I have people tell me all the time, why you be fighting on the week before I got hurt, I spar every weekend. Why you be fighting on the weekends? And you know what you know what I'm saying? Don't hurt yourself. And so when I'm outside trying to mind my business and somebody of a low frequency want to play with me different and put me in a situation that I can't walk away from, am I to be defenseless? Like, this shit come with the territory. A lot of times, you'll have conversation with, I'll see panels of men and you just see the differences in these men. Like if we were a wolf pack, like, bro, you back there, bro. You eat last among us, bro. All that, the dudes that be on the panels and the women be like, yeah, like, men just really don't understand, blah, blah. And then you got the one dude that be pandering. Oh, yeah, I really understand where the ladies are coming from. And then when you listen further into his story, he'd be like, yeah, I have 4 sisters. I was raised by my mom and my grandma. Oh, you one of them, bro. You eat last with us, bro. Like, that's not like what you like, bro. Among and then these females look for these hybrided, in touch with their emotion ass dudes, right? And then they wonder why they don't all the way feel safe. Because some of that stoicism, some of that stern shit that you kind of want him to go away from and hearken to your feelings all the time and all that shit, that's what how your ass questioning him when y'all outside. Yeah. You the one when you pull your man arm and tell him, baby, let's go, baby, walk away, you doing it for his safety. A woman that's outside with somebody like me or any of the other men that are like me and she pulling the arm, baby, let's walk away, she's saving you, bro. Not me. You. She keeping me out of jail. It's differences in real men and the men that are something in between. You know what I'm saying? The shit, the numbers, the imbalance is crazy. And it's almost to the point where real men don't really care, right? Like, we don't care how y'all feel about us when we outside. And if you look at us a certain way, deal with that yourself. But our numbers are down. It's like the last of the Mohicans around here. You feel me? Facts. Y'all see it? Go on the internet, go on TikTok right now and look up fights that broke out at barbecues and show me how many average men know how to really throw them bitches. I seen 2 dudes square up. One dude, his shit was like this. He was like this with it. Another dude, he was here with it. He was here with it. And then when they start throwing punches, they both swinging from up here, swinging down, and link, swinging down. Y'all know how the hood fights look. Boy, you not protect what? That's why they got all these switches. And that's feminine energy. Now I'm a law-abiding citizen, and I gotta keep thump with me because y'all stupid outside and insecure because you don't actually know how to protect yourself. These don't work. These hoes don't work. You know they don't work. Yeah. Let's go.
I gotta learn the philosophy, right, of Marcus Aurelius, of Stoicism, if you will. But more than that, resilience, right? Understanding that as a man, you're supposed to go through everyday emotions. Things are supposed to hurt, but your ability to be able to deal with pain is supposed to increase. And I learned a long time ago that God makes his greatest soldiers go through so much so that he can give them an even greater journey. Because he can't use you if you weak. He can't use you at all. And so I've been focusing on how to teach other men to understand why society is making boys weak, because they're coddling them. If my father would have turned to me and bandaged me up and consoled me and hugged me, I would have not known how to deal with the pain of life when things hurt, when things cut deep. To this day, I don't think most men have had that opportunity to understand that about life. That they're always focusing on being protected versus being prepared. My father understood that life will be way worse than that cut. It'll be way worse than this pain that I think I'm experiencing. But he also knew that if he consoled me in that moment, then I will always need a consoler in all those moments. See, I wasn't a child that was always told that they were special. I thought my sister was gonna be the smartest one in the family. My brother was the special one and things of that nature. I never thought of myself as super special or anything of that kind. But I always
Yeah. Let me get off mute. Yeah, me and him different in that regard. Shit, I always knew I was special. I ain't gonna lie to you. To this day, that's never changed. That's never changed. Anybody that saw me as anything different, I just knew they was confused. To this day.
was the type of child, the type of young man that was willing to put in effort. I remember getting into fights sometimes with older kids, and you know how we wrestle. And I remember one time in school, they tried to make me quit. You know, you getting choked by the older cat, and they trying to say, quit. They want you to tap. And I remember my unwillingness to quit, that I was willing to pass out. I was willing to die before I would surrender. And I started asking myself, what is that in me that had this innate, right, necessity to be strong in every moment and to not let the older boys punk me? What made me have that warrior spirit? What made me a soldier? And I realized that it was from watching my older brother and my father. It was the examples of men in my life.
Yeah.
Because
you can't replace it. You can't replace it. You know what I mean? I think I got what I need from 19 Keys in regards to it. I want to dive into this question a little further with the chat. But what are some of the top pros and cons of manhood for the men that's in the chat? Chime in. And then for the women, y'all can answer the question a little bit differently. Like, what are some of the top pros and cons that you observe about manhood? Like, what about being a man as a woman? Wouldn't you want to be you happy that's not a part of your gender role? Like, I'm glad I don't got to do that. Yeah, y'all got it. You know what I'm saying? And then what are some of the things that manhood from your perspective consists of? You know what I mean? That you feel like, man, I wish women could get away with that type shit. What are some of the pros and cons from a female perspective? Anybody can answer in the chat, but I'm going to chime in on some of the pros. I think one of the biggest pros of embracing manhood the way that it used to be normal to do, just being, everything about it. I think one of the biggest pros is because being what we can now use the term, because I used to be against the term real man, but I think it's pertinent these days, right? So I think that embracing being a real man, when you finally, get to a certain point of mastery within your discipline, within your finances, within your journey, within your fitness, within your health regimen, and you get into a certain spot where you look around you and there isn't much competition in regards to anything that you want for your life. So at that point, you got to decide what type of man you want to be, because it really, everything be at your fingertips, kind of. It gets like that. And I think that's one of the biggest pros, especially if you have integrity and you're a good person, because with that power, you can do a lot of progressive and positive things. On the flip side, you got some people who master the masculine energy and, walk unabashedly in the manhood, but they choose with the power to be savage. And I think the con would be the amount of dudes that didn't decide to be all the way masculine, be, dominant, get themselves prepared. They get stepped on in the worst ways. in the worst ways. I've seen men accept disrespect from management in corporate meetings, you know, from female management at that, you know, not that that matters any. Disrespect is disrespect, but even as a man to be, I mean, your boss is a woman, cool, it is what it is, right? But then she talked to you sideways in a corporate meeting at the big long ass table with the comfy chairs, and she get outside her body with you, and for the sake of just making sure you can continue to get this bi-weekly salary or paycheck. I don't know if he was salary or not. I remember this, you know, perfectly. But to make sure you can continue to get this check, you got to absorb that disrespect and just let that shit ride. Boy, there is no salary, no dollar amount, none of that where you gonna play with. It's not even only that you disrespecting me, but multiply it by the fact that you've done it in a corporate environment, in a group setting, and you out of pocket in every capacity. You think because I need this bread or want this bread or plan for this bread, that's going to be enough to keep me from coming from this end of the table to that end of the table? Y'all have no idea. Y'all have no fucking idea. Man, please. Listen, you would die accepting that type of disrespect and calling yourself a man. That's an oxymoron. You would die 1,000 deaths trying to let that ride. Notice who came up with the slogan, when they go low, we go high? Michelle, right? The one that's supposed to be a female, right? That Michelle came up with that slogan, right? Not Barack. We men. You see what I'm saying? So y'all talk to me about it, man. Jump in the comments on this one. I think this is a great question of the day. I think it's something that we can explore greater on the next Men's Minute panel, because I feel like there's a lot to provide here. You know what I mean? I definitely think there's a lot to provide here. I'm not gonna stay on it too long. We're gonna move around and let the comments do the rest. But yeah, that was the question of the day. What are the top pros and cons of manhood? Yeah, all right, let's move into story time video. Let's have a little fun. Let's go slide over to TikTok real quick. Have a little fun. Story time. Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah, this looked like another crazy one, chat. Here we go. Y'all know I don't know either. Let's go. Off rip. Let's go.
My daddy came home early and caught me having sex at 14. Let me tell y'all the story. Okay, I'm gonna stop getting on here looking crazy. But first, let me just. They told me to push the content out. Let me just push the content. I'm trying to have fun with it. Let me just push the content. So I was 14 years old and my boyfriend was 16. And at this time we was having a long distance relationship. So like I would go to my dad's house every other weekend. So I would see him twice a month. And so we had already planned to have like sex one day or whatever, but like we was being impatient. Like we're kids, we're impatient. So we was just like, I was like, just come over on this night. My daddy, he gotta go to work. I know what time his lunch break is, and I know when he get off, and whenever he come home, if he come home early, blah blah all that. But at this time, it had been a minute since he came home early. He would only come home on his lunch break, and if I'm not mistaken, I think this night job he had, I don't think he came home on his lunch break. He would come home on his daytime lunch break. So he pulled up or whatever, and so he gave.
Fathers, listen, God is only gonna bless me with sons. God is only gonna bless me with sons. This young lady has a present father, present active father. I don't know that there's any teachings or any practices you could put in place or anything you could say to determine whether or not your young daughter is going to be for the streets or not. I really just think it's going to be up to, it's just going to be what it's going to be. She either going to decide not to move like that, or she going to decide to move like that. I don't know that there's anything that a dad could say. I can't even, 14 is crazy. The age, the number, that's kind of wild. But shit. I know my own experiences. I know women who had fathers that, you know, you get what I'm saying? So, like, I don't even, God is only going to bless me with sons.
Classic.
My little sister and my cousin was there. He gave my little sister some snacks so she wouldn't snitch. So, y'all, we go to the bedroom, turn the TV up real loud. You know, we get to do what we do. We doing what we doing. You know what I'm saying? We hold down, throw down. So, after I get done, you know, on top, I look out the window and girl, I see him pull up. I see my daddy pull up. All I seen was like the tail lights, like the back lights. I was like, oh shit, get the fuck up right now. Right now, get up. So y'all, he get up. We started throwing shit everywhere, shit under the bed, stuff in the closet. I'm like, you know what? I can't find my clothes. We can't find that. I only found one of his shoes. I don't know why we got in there and stripped each other down. Like,
So y'all, so they in there wilding, like they not sneaking. They in there going crazy, like they not
Classic.
Sneaking. You know, sometimes you get caught because you stupid. No disrespect, but you know, she was 14. She was supposed to be stupid. The 16-year-old, though, the man or the boy at that time, who should have been the leader, you know, especially when you sliding over to a young lady house, you know, for all the YNs that watch my channel, here go a little free game. You sliding over to a young, because y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do anyway. So I'm gonna just give y'all some free game. You know what I mean? You sliding over to a young lady house, bro, have everything you need. You know what I'm saying? First off, if you sliding over there and it's already understood, wear sweats, bro. Top, bottom, no belts, no jingly, loose, nothing. Just top, bottom, and a pair of shoes that you can run in. That's all you need, bro. Rubbers in pocket, yes, YNs, rubbers in pocket. You know what I'm saying? And you know, get the business. Keep your when you get out your stuff, put it in a nice little pile right here, because you might have to put that on fast. You might have to put that on fast. But they didn't think about that. They got in there, gave little sis some snacks, and gave little sis some ding dongs so she can go in the back room and be a ho-ho. and start acting like they own the house. Yeah. I can't wait to hear how this happened. Let's go.
One of them couples on the movies or whatever. So what happened? So my daddy busts in the room, right? And so the dude, he in the closet. So my daddy, he come in and he like, why you naked? Where your clothes at? I said, I just got the shower because I had a towel around me. That's the only thing I could find. So he was like, why you naked? Where your clothes at? I said, I just got the shower. And y'all, he slapped me and I fell. And I was kind of embarrassed because the closet that my boyfriend at the time was hidden in, like, it's vents, like little see-through things in there so he could see. So my daddy slapped me. I get up. He's talking about son, where he at? If I find him, I'm a pew him. So I was like, what you talking about? Ain't nobody here. So y'all, he leave and go to the car to go get his gun. Y'all, when I tell you, I ran to the living room so fast when my sister and my cousin was, and I started crying because I'm like, he finna find him, he finna pew him, like he finna be gone. So he go back there, he go straight to the room, y'all. I'm scared. Why he don't find him? So he come back up there to the living room and he like, come show me where he at, or he like, come show me where he at, or I'm a he said something, I don't know. So I go back there with him so I can finally just show him where he at. Y'all, he not even in the closet no more. He's out the closet standing by the bed calling his brother because that's who dropped him off. Long story short, my daddy put the weapon down and they started fighting or whatever, and he beat him up so bad. He was bleeding everywhere, bleeding all throughout the door or whatever. Long story short, after he left, my daddy whooped my ass. And then my boyfriend at the time, he had came back to tell me that he loved me and that he was never gonna leave me. Now just thinking back on it, that shit was crazy. And then the next day, my dad, the only thing he said was, y'all in a long distance relationship. You really think you his only girlfriend? Like, that's what you want to say to me? Like, yeah, I think I'm his only girlfriend.
Yeah, nah. God only gonna give me something.
Classic.
I think so. Long story short, know your parents' schedule before you be sneaky.
That's the message.
Long story short, about almost 10 years later, no, I'm lying. About 5 years later, I found out that my sister told the one that was there in the living room, like, girl, he brought you some snacks, so you want to snitch. They still
You thought them snacks was gonna keep your little sister from having integrity.
Classic.
Joke's on you. Joke's on you. Fellas, YNs that watch my channel, when you slide, make sure the house empty. The siblings, they gonna use that as blackmail, as they should. As they should. When my brother used to want to sneak his girl, you gonna have to, hey, listen, bro. You know I got leverage now, right? May have to use that. Yeah. Yep. Because you got a car. I don't need you to slide me somewhere, and you're gonna take me. Or I'm gonna let mom know. Yeah. I don't know why you felt like, man, y'all crazy as hell, man. But man, dope story time, man. Unfortunate, you know, and I could hear that this young lady did not stop being hot as we hear the babies in the background the whole video. You know what I'm saying? Somebody went on ahead and that club up, you feel me? And so that we, you know, we see how that
Classic.
went. But man, the story time never fails. All right, let's tap into the code language conversation. The code language today is on meditation. Let's look up the definition and then go from there like we always do with the code language conversation. All right. Meditation is a practice that involves training attention and awareness to achieve a mentally clear and emotionally calm state. It's a way to cultivate mindfulness and focus the mind, often by concentrating on the breath or other anchors like a mantra. Essentially, meditation is a technique to train the mind to be present in the moment and manage thoughts and emotions. All right, so that's meditation. So the reason why I want to speak on meditation is because I know that a lot of Black folks in particular don't meditate. We don't meditate. We'll pray. Depending on how you pray, some consider prayer a form of meditation. I don't. But it can be. Can you pray through meditation? Yeah. Can you meditate through prayer? I don't know. But it's important. I think that sometimes when we feel anxious, you got to realize if you feel anxiety, you're not in the present, right? You're either living in the future or you stuck on something from the past. And if you feel most negative emotions are not rooted in the present. If you right now, if I felt something fucking with my allergies, if you live in the present, right? And like right now, I'm present. I'm talking to y'all. It's a live stream. Y'all can watch me in real time. Make sure y'all hit the like button. If I felt like something was wrong with me, if I just rooted myself in the here and now, I'd realize there isn't, right? I'm sitting in my own studio space. You know what I'm saying? I don't have anything, you know, physically holding me back from what I need to do with my day. You know, food, clothes, and shelter checked off. Far as I know, all my family that was healthy yesterday is still healthy right now. Far as I know, I haven't received any emergency calls. Nothing is wrong with me presently. You know what I'm saying? But if I think about, you know, if I go back in time, or if I think about, you know, where I want to be in 15 years or something like that, I may start feeling something different from the peace that I feel in the now. And so I think meditation is something that more people that look like me should take up, should, you know, involve themselves in and start to practice, whether it be dealing with a mantra or just starting off with box breathing in for 5 seconds, holding for 5 seconds, breathing out for 5 seconds, and keep repeating it. Eventually, you'll start off having thoughts. You'll start off, your mind will be running 1,000,000 miles a minute, like they train our minds to go. What up, Mr. McBride in the chat? What's going on?
Classic.
You know, it'll start off with your mind going 1,000,000 miles a minute. You know what I mean? And then eventually your mind will settle down, and then eventually your mind will be clear. And then eventually, if you hold, you know, you're able to sustain meditation for long enough, you'll free up, you know, space for ideas, imaginations, dreams, all that stuff to flow in. So, you know, meditation, I think, is an underrated practice. I know it's not taught very much in a lot of the different religions that, you know, most people are under. But yeah, tap into something like that. I think that it's also something that can increase your life expectancy too. So anything that's going to give you a little bit more time on the clock, unless you're anxious to go, anything that's going to give you a little bit more time on the clock, I think we could go ahead and put that in the category of good. So yeah, make sure y'all tap in with meditation. I won't stay on this code language too long because I think it's pretty straightforward. But in closing, meditation is a practice that involves training attention and awareness to achieve a mentally clear and emotionally calm state. It's a way to cultivate mindfulness and focus the mind, often by concentrating on the breath or other anchors like a mantra. Essentially, meditation is a technique to train the mind to be present in the moment and manage thoughts and emotions. So yeah, anybody who need to get more rooted, more grounded, be more at ease, even if you got anger problems, temper problems, things like that, meditation is one of them things that'll show you a better way. For sure.
Classic.
All right, that's the code language for the day, meditation. All right, chat, did y'all have anything for chat Q&A? If not, we can tap out for the day. I got a reaction video, but I think I'm going to hold off on it for tomorrow because I got to stream again tonight. Don't forget, tonight with Souls of Thought, I'll be streaming live at 8 p.m. doing a reaction video to the Queen Codes panel, doing a live reaction. We're going to discuss some of the things that the ladies had to say and also discuss some of the spots like I mentioned yesterday. It was certain questions that I had posed to the panel that I didn't feel like really got answered. And so we're going to hash some of that stuff out, mull it out. It's going to be, polite, easy, easy going or whatever, but definitely don't miss it. It's going to be worth your time for sure. Anytime I collab with Souls of Thought and anybody else who may be on the stream, because I'm not sure if we add anybody, but if it's just the two of us, that's more than enough heat to go around. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely excited for
Classic.
that. But yeah, man, if it's nothing for chat Q&A, I know a few people just fell in. Make sure y'all hit the like button right now. We're doing no charge. April said, I'll be there. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it.
Classic.
We on the road to monetization. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all share the channel around, as best as you can. And this is a interactive community, man. So anytime people watching my live streams, if y'all in a position where y'all want to join into my chat, ask me. I'll drop the link. It's nothing. We turn it into a combination. You can come on, just say your piece and tap out. You don't got to join me for the rest of the show, all of that. So that's for any and everybody that's, watching my streams. We are an interactive platform. I try my best to respond to damn near all the comments on all my videos. I try my best to do that. Obviously, we want to grow to a point where that becomes impossible. But right now, while it's possible, y'all got me. So let's do it, man. Shout out to Jay Zilla yesterday for sending over that Cash App. Much appreciated, my brother. Jay Zilla sent over a Cash App to the
Classic.
Yeah, man. And we just glowing up. Let me see. April said I'll be in the chat. Oh, for sure. All participation is much appreciated. Much appreciated. We catch you on the panels when we catch you. You definitely, serving the YouTube community, doing your thing for sure. Absolutely. But check it out, y'all. If y'all don't have anything for chat Q&A, it's all good. No worries. If y'all don't do nothing else, for me, make sure you stick to the codes. We got another classic.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winter